What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm on Toxic Gaming. Today, today we're going to be stepping into the shadows because we're going to be breaking down one of the most annoyingly clever decks in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Genesis format, Ninjas. Now, if you ever played against Ninjas before, you already know that the deck doesn't win by brute force. It wins by disappearing, flipping your board face down, dodging attacks, and making your opponent question every decision that you're making. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how the Ninja deck works, what the cards that people are playing in this deck are, and where you can start with building this deck. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. So to start off this deck in general, we should probably be going over the two boss monsters of the deck. Now keep in mind, these cards were so good that the beta testers had pointed them into the moon at the start of the Genesis format. Now, they have since then brought them down all the way to 0 singular points. The first card we're going to be talking about today is going to be Mizan, the Battle Ninja. Now, this card is a very interesting card as it takes two ninja monsters with different types to fusion summon it, and you don't have to use polymerization for its fusion summon. You can actually do so by attributing to monsters you control. So these monsters can be face up and face down because unlike Xyz monsters or Synchro monsters, they actually still keep their identity of their name. Ninja monsters can attack directly while he's face up on the field, and while you control a face down defense position monster, your opponent's monsters cannot target him for attack. And then he has the ability that, in my opinion, makes him like the best card in your deck, which is when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can special summon a ninja monster from your deck in face up or face down defense position. Essentially what this card says is that any interaction your opponent does against you, you can actually chain him to the card so that they could activate anything really, and you can go activate the effect of Mizan, special summon a ninja from my deck, and this can be again face up or face down. And then he also has the unique ability of turning all your monsters into toon monsters, or at least giving them the toon monster ability and allowing them to attack your opponent directly. The other fusion monster we need to be talking about is the Yagimaru, the Armor Ninja. This card in itself is very strong because there are ways for you to summon it during your opponent's turn, and it actually becomes a disruption. So this card has the same fusion summon where it has to take two ninjas monsters of different types and can also be done by attributing monsters you control. And then it also has the ability that if this card is special summoned or flipped face up, you can banish one other ninja or ninjutsu art card from your hand, graveyard, or face up on the field, and then target one card on the field and banish it. So it is a banish disruption that activates as long as you have another ninja, which you know you do because you just sent two to the graveyard to fusion summon it. So we're going to be going over the ninja monsters that make the entire deck. And we're going to start with good old 2012 Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. This card was way ahead of its time. It has the ability that says when it's normal summon, add a ninjutsu art card from your deck to your hand, and when it's flip face up or special summon, you can add a ninja monster from your deck to your hand. Keep in mind that Grandmaster Hanzo is also a when effect, so there are timings where that can be missed when summoning this card. So as long as you understand the difference between when and if, then you should be on the right path to being able to play this card. Next card on our list is going to be Tabari the Sky Ninja. Now Tabari the Sky Ninja is a modern Yu-Gi-Oh card, so you know it's going to have way too many effects on it. The first effect that we're going to be talking about is probably the most important effect, as when it's face up on the field, you can actually quick effect fusion summon using monsters you control to fusion summon into your ninja monsters. He also has an ability that the turn that he's special summoned or flip face up, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So it's actually a body that can stick to the field at least for an extra turn if you absolutely need them to do that. And then it has another ability that says you can discard it from your hand and then special summon a ninja monster from your hand in face up or face down defense position. So 3 different effects, all very good, all very unique, and that's something you need to keep in mind when playing this card because all 3 of those effects do come up during every duel. The next card we're going to be talking about is Mitsu the Insect Ninja. Now Mitsu is a great card in this deck because it has different utilities throughout the deck for itself. And the reason why it's so good is because if you control a face down monster on the field or a ninja monster, you can actually special summon it from your hand. It also has a built-in negate effect, which has it to where if you have a face down monster on the field and Mitsu the Insect Ninja's face up on the field, and say your opponent activates a monster effect, you can actually flip the monster that's face down, face up, flip Mitsu face down, and then you can negate the monster's effect as long as the monster you flip face up was a ninja monster. And the reason why we're bringing up Mitsu is because you can actually play a specific card in this deck by the name of Ultimate Great Insect. Now, Ultimate and Great Insect is a monster that can be special summoned by getting rid of an insect monster you control that is equipped with an equip card. There's an equip card in this deck that we'll be talking about at a later time, and you can actually be sending Mitsu equipped with that equip card while you have your field spell that we'll also be bringing up at a different time to summon this card to the field. But keep in mind that this is a additional boss monster that Mitsu actually leads you into as part of its extra utility. Next on our list is going to be Kagero the Cannon Ninja. There's a lot that this card can do. It can help you dodge negate effects. It can summon monsters from your graveyard. When it's normal summon, special summon, or flip face up, you get to special summon a ninja monster from your hand or your graveyard in face down defense position. So as long as it's not, one of your warrior ninja monsters, you'll be able to get into your fusion monster that turn if you absolutely need to. On top of that, it has the ability that when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a ninja card or exactly one face down defense position card you control while Kagero's in your graveyard, you can actually quick effect special summon Kagero face down and then bounce your monster to your hand. Again, if your opponent would try to negate, say, your Mizan's ability, you would be able to utilize Kagero here to bounce Mizan to your hand, special summon her to the field, and then Mizan will allow himself to special summon your monster to the field because it couldn't be negated because it's no longer in the field to be negated. One of the best interruptions in all of ninjas is going to be Geo the Gravity Ninja. Now, Geo has an ability that on summon, he can actually floodgate trap hole two monsters your opponent currently controls. By floodgate trap hole, I mean they get flipped face down and cannot be flipped face up. Their battle positions can't be changed. He also has a separate ability that just states that whenever you flip a card face up while he's face forward on the field, you can target a card your opponent controls and destroy that card. And with 2,300 attack points and the ability of Mizan to be able to attack your opponent directly, this guy actually comes up a lot for games ending swings. Baku the Beast Ninja is the next monster I want to talk about today, as it has its ability that when it's added to your hand, say by Hanzo, you can actually special summon it to the field. Then if it's special summoned or flip face up, you can target a ninja monster or ninjutsu art card from your graveyard or face up in your spell and trap card zone and return that card to your hand. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about the worst ninja in the deck, but I still think it's good because of its disruption, as green ninja here has the ability when it's sent to the graveyard, even for a fusion summon, to book a moon a monster face down. So that in itself is very good, but it also has an ability that says if a monster is special summoned to your field face up, you can target one of them and then special summon this card from your hand and change that monster face down. So that in itself can give you an additional body onto the board to then fusion summon. Alright, so the next card on our list is going to be the ninjutsu art cards, the spell and trap cards of the deck. The first one we're going to be going over is actually going to be the trap cards of the deck because I think they are the best cards in the deck, so we'll be talking about Ninjutsu Art of Dancing Leaves. Ninjutsu Art of Dancing Leaves is a continuous trap card that allows you to target a ninja monster or a face down defense position monster on the field. This is both yours and your opponent's field, and then tribute that monster and then special summon a ninja monster from your deck. So if you use this card, say on a card that you used with Geo or Green Ninja, you can actually tribute said card that your opponent controls and then bring out a ninja from your deck. Say like Tobari, that way you can quick effect fusion into a fusion monster during your opponent's turn. It also has the additional effect that says that you can target a ninjutsu art continuous spell trap in your spell and trap card zone and return it to your hand. So you can actually keep using the ninjutsu art of Dancing Leaves every single turn if you want to, but keep in mind when it does leave the field, the card you special summon with it will also leave the field with it. The next card we're going to be talking about is the Ninjutsu Art of Duplication. 9 chances out of 10 you're going to be utilizing this card with Dancing Leaves when you summon out Geo. That way you can summon out monsters that level equal up to 8. It tributes a monster that you control, and then you get to special summon ninja monster from your deck equal to the level or less. So Geo being your highest level 1 outside of your fusion monsters, which are kind of still low level as they're level 6, is very good because you're able to swarm your field with ninja monsters. Now we're going to be talking about the quick play spell card Ninjutsu Art Notebook of Mystery. This card here is actually very good, but only whenever your opponent has a card on the field, so keep that in mind. So if your opponent controls a card, you can set a ninja monster and up to 1 ninjutsu art spell or trap, except ninjutsu art Notebook of Mystery. So your opponent has to control a monster, and then not only do you get to set a ninjutsu art, but also a ninja card between either or, and they can come from your deck or your graveyard. So you can do 2 cards as long as they come from different places. And then it has an additional ability that says this card on the field is sent to the graveyard. You can target face-up monster on the field and change it to face-down defense position. Again, a card that can be used with Dancing Leaves. Next, we're going to be talking about the Hidden Village of the Ninjutsu art. Keep in mind, we had brought up this card being in this deck earlier when we were talking about Mitsu. That way you can bring out your ultimate great insect. This card has the ability that says that whenever a ninja monster is summoned to your field, you can target a ninja or a ninjutsu art in your graveyard and add that card to your hand, but you can't activate that card or its effects for the rest of the turn. And then it has a protection ability in it that says if a ninja monster or a ninjutsu art card you control would be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can banish a ninja from your graveyard instead. Keep in mind, both these effects can only be activated once per turn. So a very good field spell. And then, of course, we have the ninjutsu art tool Iron Digger. Now, Iron Digger has an effect that's not only equips to a monster on the field and gives it 500 attack points, but it turns it into a ninja as well, and that can come up in specific instances. It also has the ability that once per turn you can banish a ninja monster from your graveyard, target a card on the field, and then destroy it. And then if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished ninja monsters and add it to your hand or special summon it in face down defense position. Keep in mind you can also equip this card to your opponent's monsters, and in doing so can banish a card from your graveyard to pop that opponent's monster, sending the Iron Digger to the graveyard, and then retrieving the banished card that you just banished to the field. Now, keep in mind every card that we have just gone over in this deck is 0 points. The next cards we're going to be going over are where you should be investing your points. So your points should be invested into Book of Moon. Book of Moon is a iconic Yu-Gi-Oh card that just sets a monster your opponent controls as a quick play spell card face down. You can utilize this card with Ninjutsu Art of Dancing Leaves End to tribute that monster and then special summon a ninja monster from your deck. The other card that we're going to be investing in is, of course, Book of Eclipse. You can play 2, you can play 3. Obviously, this is Genesys, so it's whatever you want to do with your deck building. Again, it's the same thing, but it flips all your opponent's monsters face down, and then at the end of the turn, they get brought back face up. But keep in mind, if you are doing this, that they will draw a card for each card that gets flipped up, and on top of that, if you have any card that's flipped face down with, say, Green Ninja's effect or Geo's effect, they will also be flipped face up this turn, and they will then draw a card for those monsters. That should probably be putting you in between 31 to 36 points for your deck. Outside of that, you can put in any hand traps you want, any card that's worth any sort of point, and build your extra deck any way you want as well. But these are the cards that I would highly recommend that you play in this deck when you are deck building. After all, Genesis is a deck building format, and I want to help encourage players to understand the deck that they're trying to build and not give them like a cheat sheet to read off, but I'm sure you can find plenty online if you did want to just do that anyway. But other than for that, I hope you all enjoy this form of content. If you like this type of content, make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to see more. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.